Welcome back to my platinum walkthrough. We're heading southeast now to that tallneck. Just to the south, it should be the tallneck, the stand of the sentinels. So make your way there, guys, board the top and then override it to unlock that tallneck.
The source of that signal must be close. The tallneck must be the one sending the signal. Trees as tall as towers. Overland settlement. Looks abandoned. But high enough to get me on that tallneck. I can find a way to the top. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try again. Oh, I thought I had that. I'll have to try again. There we go. All right. It's done.
Once you've unlocked that tallneck, we are then going to warp to the bulwark. And then once we get to that settlement, we're going to head up the steps and we're going to talk to Sariva at the top in order to get her quest first to fly.
Come, trade honor and strength. Enjoy your time in our settlement.
That's her. Strongest of the outfit.
Make a 10 of that.
You stood still.
I don't care what you say. She's
Claim our
rude.
honor, then we must do so.
Once you've acquired it, we'll then warp to the closest campfire at the objective. And then once we arrive, we'll mount the Sunwing and we're going to fly up to the mountaintop where the objective is.
This is the mountain where that tallneck throws it with the storm bird. Ready to get in the air?
Once you get to the top, the goal here is to collect 4 pieces of armor for that quest. 3 pieces are on the ground. I've just shown you one just there, and what I will do with the other 2 which are on the ground, when I find them I will stop, open up the map and show you exactly where they are. And the 4th piece is actually on the Stormbird, which will ambush you in a second once you picked up a few pieces. When you kill the Stormbird, try not to destroy the cannon on its chest, because we're going to need that component for later for crafting a very important bow, which we'll need for the farming at the end of the game. So try not to destroy it, just use spray shots on their wings and that should kill them eventually without destroying the storm cannon. Then once you've looted the 3 armor which are on the ground and the armor which is on the bird, you should have all 4. At that point, walk back to the bulwark and go and report back to Sariva.
We better loot the Stormbird. I might have a scrap of Freaka's armor. One more bit of armor lodged in the machine. Maybe try my focus. Looks like another bit of armor.
Come, trade. The Knox welcome you.
The Outlander has shown us. We must join them.
Gala's blade is here. Gotta work.
The Caro's on.
Can you burn Gala as easily as the bulwark? Greetings, warrior. Enemy fall.
After reporting the quest back, it will then update and you'll have to go and repair it at the bench. Pretty much have to craft it. So come to the bench afterwards, you'll craft that armour. It will be in special gear, quest gear perhaps. And once you've done that, that will complete that quest and you'll get a trophy. Completed 2 flying mount quests. We completed the other a bit earlier and that's the second one, so you don't need to do any more flying quests. And then once you've done that, we're just going to come into our weapon upgrades and our outfit upgrades, and we're going to fully upgrade any single weapon and any single outfit. We're going to need most of our good components for later, so try and craft something which uses very common materials, so you're not going to be using anything which is going to be needed later. Here I've gone for the rope caster, and when it comes to the outfit I've gone for the Kaya Blazon outfit. Craft them too, fully upgrade them, and once you've done that, that should pop the relevant trophies, upgraded 3 weapons and upgraded 3 outfits. And then once you've done that, we're going to warp to the nearest campfire, to the last rebel camp, which is southeast from the bulwark. And then once you warp there, we will then fly over to it. With this rebel camp, you need to be very, very careful. You can skip past most of the enemies, but if you leave your mount flying in the air at the base, normally by the time you've done the objectives, the mount will be destroyed, sort of off screen by the enemies. Now what we're going to do here, I've not done this a lot of times, so I can't say this is always going to work, but most of the time, if I leave my Sunwing hovering above the base, it will get destroyed. But what I did on this attempt, I flew away from the base, not too far away, just enough so I can get high enough and then glide into the base. Just in a way so my mount is not flying directly above. It seemed to work, so you want to do this. Fly away from the base, but still keep within range, climb up, and so you can glide down into it. Now while we start gliding down, can you see that enemy down below, glowing blue? He's the one with the shield, the rebel champion. You need to kill him because he's got a key on him. So you kill this guy. Hopefully you can kill him from above. You should kill him in one hit then, like so. Loot him quickly for the key module. And then you need to run sort of to the west. There'll be a door in this little tunnel. Use the key module on this to unlock the door and then head inside. Now once you get inside this little bunker, all you need to do is kill the leader. As soon as you've killed the leader, you can restart checkpoint and you'll respawn in here with reset enemies. Now it's 2 guys with shields, so make sure you get the right one. One of them will just be a champion and the other will be a leader. So make sure you get the right one leader. As soon as you kill the leader, like I say, you can restart from safe. Now when you restart from safe and it resets the enemies, that does not mean your mount is safe. While you are examining the devices and things which you need to do to complete this, your mount will be getting attacked in the background. That's why it's a good idea to sort of leave your mount outside of the camp. Now once you've examined this first thing, that will actually update the quest and it will reveal the first forge camp. That's actually all we need to do. So if you sort of speedrunning this, you could just leave here now, if you want to actually complete this and get the rewards for completing it, just hold on a minute, loot the chests in the area while you're waiting for the dialogue. Then once it's finished, loot the other 2 things, and eventually you'll have to run out of the bunker as it will destruct, and then that will complete this rebel camp. And then once you've done that, we're going to warp to the nearest campfire, to the Cauldron Iota, which is north of Plainsong and west of the Nimba Research Lab. But you'll see where it is when we get to warp in there.
Versions of the same thing. None of them complete. They've been experimenting with old world power cells. There's a whole stockpile of them in here. So the sons of Prometheus were trying to build weapons based on ancient technology. Well, whatever it is, It uses these power cells. But it doesn't look like they've figured it out. Yet. If I destabilize that cell, the explosion would start a chain reaction and take the bunker with it. No bunker, no power cells, no new weapons. I'll only have a few seconds to get out of here before this blows. Time to run! I don't think these guys will be making any scary new weapons now. I'll probably leave this place now.
You're in over your
I could always speed things up. Deal with them myself. I've already taken care of the real threat either way.
She's where we want her.
I need to find a serious hideout. First fridge.
We're going to fast travel to the Cauldron now. So this is where it is. This is almost, there's one more left after the second to last one. So warp to your nearest campfire, and then once you've done so, make your way over to it. Once you arrive at the Cauldron, the entrance is actually just to the northwest in a small canyon. A small canyon just to the northwest. You have to fall down into there and you glide down into the entrance.
Entire Tallneck village flooded. Maybe from a recent storm. Wonder if anyone made it out. Let's check around the shore. This crevice is massive. As if the earth split open. I wonder where this leads.
You're supposed to climb up the forges here and sort of make your way across the forges to get to the far side, but you can sort of jump up some of the environmental objects here, and you can actually jump onto this last furnace. You can see a grapple point just above me, but if you do some tricky jumping, it can be a little bit finicky, and then you glide across to a grapple point. You can just land on it. You can either try this way, but if it's proven to be too annoying, then just go the normal way, just like that. You can just make it, and you can get across just a little bit quicker.
Looks like it can get me up to the vent.
You don't have to kill the enemies in this room, but if you don't, they can sometimes stun you and knock you down when you're climbing up. So just bear that in mind.
what this place is making. A tallneck. The earthquake must have interrupted the process. Just have to expose the core and get those overrides. Well, that can't be good.
Kill the roller back here. Scan it if you haven't already, but you should have. We should have scanned one of these on one of the hunting grounds. Once you killed it, loot it, and then override the core. And what will happen, the tallneck will raise the platform it's on, and then you have to go underneath the platform which the tallneck was on, and there'll be a doorway underneath. And then you go through that doorway, and it'll lead you a bit further into the cauldron.
These machine overrides should come in handy. Another mystery machine. Looks like I'll have to restore some of these overrides. There seems to be a tallneck blocking this platform. I'll have to find a different exit. Does it? Gonna fall. Looks like fun. Almost there. Let's not do that again. I've been made. These vents should get me across. If I time it right.
Coming up, it's a perfect example of why you should probably kill enemies first before you start climbing.
Guess the only way across is up.
Anybody getting serious Abe's Soulstorm vibes on this part? A little edit there because I did fall to my death. What you need to do here is make your way up and jump onto a machine on the assembly line, and then you ride that along. Eventually you'll be able to drop down near the tallneck head, and then you'll be able to run down onto it. Once you get onto the tallneck head, interact with the middle of it to release it, and then follow it along. But we're not out of the woods yet. Just be careful when you're going along on the tallneck head. The enemies do not knock you half off with some of their attacks from a distance.
Now. Yes. Uh-oh. Company.
Just before the tallneck is about to go through the force field, you can grapple up to the right, just like I'm doing now, and then go through that tunnel, climb up the path, and that'll take you back into the room where the tallneck head is going. And then just do a bit more climb and traversal, and you'll eventually get onto the top of the tallneck. You'll be able to finally override it, and that'll complete its cauldron, and also unlock another tallneck.
Head's in place. Big guy's fixed. But that metal arm's keeping it in place. Maybe if I override the tallneck, the shockwave will break it free. Hut! There's nothing. It worked!
Because that's last tallneck, you should get that trophy, all tallnecks overridden. And before you warp away, just make sure you get that trophy first. We're going to warp to the base. When you get to the base, we're going to talk to Erend. We need to ask him about the Sons of Prometheus in order to update the first Forge quest. It will not look like it's for a side quest to begin with, so it'll just have an exclamation mark with it. But if you ask him about it, that will update the quest, and it will reveal where the first Forge camp is on your map. And also, while you are here, we're going to loot the superior supply catch. It should have been restocked at this point. And then we're also going to go upstairs and talk with our companions in order to update the Singularity quest. Basically, so you don't have to come back here later. Because if you don't update the Singularity quest now, it means you're going to have to come back later to talk to them. But you can update it now. It doesn't lock you into the quest just yet. So you just update it so it changes to go to the rendezvous point, and then that'll be ready for later when we get onto it. And then once you've done that, talk to Erend, looted the supply catch and assembled your companions. We're then going to walk to the closest campfire to the rebel camp first forge. There'll be a campfire where you have to go to because you got to meet Erend, and that is one we need to warp nearest to.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us.
Once all that is done in the base, so we're going to warp to the nearest campfire, to that robo camp to the north where the objective is, the first forge. This is the nearest one to me. When you get to the campfire, or the objective, you interact with it to call Erend. He'll come to your aid and then you'll spawn inside the first forge camp. In the camp, what you need to do is get rid of all the enemies. Once you've got rid of all the enemies, there's quite a lot, and each of them actually do give quite a lot of XP as well. The door will open once you're all defeated, and you go through there. There'll be a bit of traversal to do, and then eventually you'll catch up with the leader. You'll kill her and a few machines around her, and that'll complete the objective after you've talked to Erend afterwards. Just make sure when you complete the quest you loot the camp leader afterwards, because she's got a legendary boat on her, and I'm not sure if you can actually get it if you don't loot it. I think they might have changed something in the patch, so there is a way to get it. But yeah, when you've killed the leader at the end, just make sure you loot her corpse for a legendary bow.
This place down.
It won't be easy to avoid her people in here. But I got my hammer ready.
Just stay low for now. And follow me.
Aloy, you got
I
it.
see them.
Any enemy.
You mean to do that? I don't think anyone heard that.
We need to get further in.
Try and get along with it, Doc. Or the boss will have my hide.
None the wiser. But the fun's not over yet.
So
I knew it!
is.
Intruder!
They're not such a big guy now.
I want you dead!
Now they're hurting.
Think you get away?
Bring it!
Dyer's surrounded.
Stay in position.
I'm winded. I need to get my stamina back.
Firing. I'll stop you. I've got you now. Covering fire now.
Good job I coming for you next. Ah. Aloy, for you. Hey, watch this. Idiot meets hammer. Where's the last one?
Let's make it personal.
Ow! I think that's all. But I don't see a Sarah.
She has to be here somewhere.
I think I saw some doors in the back.
Check him out.
What was that?
Sounded like a tripwire.
Be careful, Aloy. Sarah really likes her booby traps.
And you still like the sound of your own voice, Erin.
Sarah.
Hoping would make this
I don't think so.
Check out the bridge. We have to find a way through.
It's a shame I'll have to see.
Aloy, all right, there's a draft here. It's got to be another path.
Too bad there's no way to get to it.
Yeah, hold that thought.
Side is wrong.
I can be handy once in a while.
You okay?
I will be. We catch a Sarah. Keep going.
You can get used to this.
Now what are we supposed to do?
I got this.
Should have thought of it.
Tripwires.
Here we go. Give me your back.
I can't with my stamina.
You stop, Rapala! You won't find me so weak! I am not Rapala! I will...
On it!
Can't use that now. One to go. Right here.
As I said earlier, do not forget to loot the Asira. You can see there, the Sun Scourge, a legendary bow. These legendary bows are very good, but they cost a lot to upgrade. You need a lot of apex parts to upgrade them. So can be quite the grind.
You okay?
And then once you've done that, come and talk to Erin. That should complete that, and you'll get the trophy. Defeated Asira. And then once you've done so, we're going to warp to the bulwark, ready to do that last cauldron, which is just there. That's the last one. So warp, not to the bulwark, but warp to the nearest campfire, to that cauldron, which I've just marked on the map. And then once you get there, guys, I'm going to make a manual save, and then I'm going to leave it there for that video. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We're almost at the end now. Only 2 videos left, I believe. So see you on the next one.